Listen. Isn't it amazing? I love that. I really do. That's the kind of stuff you can have your windows open at night and just sleep like a baby, right? Hello and welcome back to Talk About Strange. I'm here with you today to give you a major update on what's been going on with me lately. As you guys all know, the channel had to be shut down. I think, my goodness, I think we're getting on 2 months now. First, I want to stop and say thank you all so very much for all the love and support you continue to send me. You've continued to maintain your subscriptions to the channel, even though I haven't been there, and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to give you an update on what's been going on here. So to start things out, we sold our house. You guys know that. We sold our house so that we could step back and we could regroup, downsize, get another studio, get rid of our mortgage, and be able to continue with the channel. So that we accomplished that goal. We sold the house, and we had no idea how bad the market was. I mean, we could not find a house anywhere, anything, not even flip houses that we used to do. They were all outrageously expensive. So this behind me is what we ended up buying. Now, don't let me scare you. That's not our permanent home. So this turned out to be our temporary home. We bought a piece of land. I think I mentioned that prior. We bought a piece of land. We got this amazing deal from the land bank. And this is a tip for you. Sometimes you can go to your town, to your town tax office and that property tax office, and they'll have what's called a land bank. In that land bank, they hold certain properties for people, and they'll sell it to you. They'll give you a really good deal on it. It's just a property that's been abandoned, and they want to get it fixed up and put it back on a tax roll. This particular property here, nobody wanted it because it was connected with wetlands. They thought it was all wetland. I've been around this stuff a long time, so I had a feeling it wasn't as bad as, at least not as bad as they thought it was. The other thing was, somebody had already lived on the property. They had a trailer that was parked here. I think it originally was put here in like 1968. And then they built an addition onto that. And then in I guess in 1998 or somewhere around there, somebody had pulled that trailer out. Maybe they didn't have the addition yet. They pulled that trailer out. They put another trailer in. Then they built an addition onto that trailer. This place turned out to be an absolute disgusting mess. I'm going to put some pictures up here for you guys to look at. I mean, it was absolutely the most disgusting house I've ever been in my entire life. I mean no offense to the people that were living in there, but my goodness gracious, talk about strange, talk about disgusting. I do not know how they lived in there. I don't know what happened in their life that could have just destroyed their self-esteem, their self-being so bad that this house was completely full. The floor is covered with raw garbage. When you walked in the door, literally you could hear rats scurrying everywhere across the ceilings, across the floor, throughout the garbage, rustling in the garbage. There was an inch or two of used toilet paper on the floor. There's a perfectly good septic out back, but it must have gotten plugged up. They probably, well, for one, I guess they couldn't find it. I found it. But they must not have been able to afford to get it fixed. They had a grandbaby in there. They had their kid in there. This place was awful. It was unlivable. You couldn't stand in there. It stank so bad. And I had to go in there several times. I think I'd gotten a sinus infection. What I didn't tell you is, I said this was going to happen too. As soon as I was ready to go, get things going. So I had to deal with the DEC. So I had to wait. I couldn't do nothing without their go ahead. So they couldn't get out here. I didn't know when. They said, we'll be out when we can get out. Could be a day, could be a month, could be a year. I have no idea. Well, I said, I ain't got time to wait like that. I can't wait like this. People are waiting for me. So they said the other option is to hire an outside contractor to come in and do a land delineation, flag out where the wetlands are. So I had somebody come in and they flagged it out, looked for the wetlands, and they did their tests. They have to have there's three elements they have to be there. I believe it's the tree factor, wetland trees, wetland vegetation, and hydraulics. a hydraulic soil sample. So they take this hydraulic soil sample from 20 inches down the ground. I hired this amazing company out of the city. They come down and did it for me. Amazing guy. He used to own the company himself, so he's a contractor like me, and he really helped us out by getting right out here and getting this done. He did the hydraulic soil samples and took them back and he tested them. They had everything else where he thought it was wetland. The hydraulic samples failed. So these 3 areas that he took these samples are not even wetlands. Anyway, long story short, so I let DEC know, then they send their people out after that. They said they'd come out right away if I did that. So they sent their people out, and actually the manager came out, the guy, and a trainee. They actually felt for me. They knew what we were going through, so they got right out here. They were doing their best to help us. But they get out here, and they said, well, we actually don't need all 3. I thought they had to, but they said they don't. They said all we need is the trees and the vegetation and the obvious signs that this is wetlands. So they said, well, you're still gonna have to fill out for a permit. And it's like, my goodness gracious, these permits take months, maybe more. I said, I can't wait for a permit any longer. I've already waited 2.5 months for you guys to come out. I said, I have to build my home. We're living in this camper right now. We can't do that come winter. We can't wait till winter to start this project. I said, I have to go now. And they said, okay, I'll tell you what. We're going to go ahead and just give us a drawing of what you're going to do. You're outside of the 100-foot buffer zone. So different areas have different buffer zones, how close you can be to the wetlands and be able to do stuff without disturbing the nature and stuff there. So they said, you're outside the 100-foot zone, not much. So we're going to go ahead and, you can build your house without worrying about any of the permits. And then we just want you to do a permit for if you do any kind of excavation on the backyard and stuff like that, stuff like that. Well, obviously I agreed. And so that was go time, man. From that minute, it was time to rock and roll. So I ordered all the equipment, and true to nature, as soon as we get ready to start, we hit the hottest point of spring. It's supposed to be summer. We hit the hottest temperatures we've ever had in history and going into the weekend. So this is what I had to deal with. And then on top of all that, I got a summer cold, a horrible summer cold that started out with sinus pressure in my teeth. I thought my head was going to explode. I had a migraine that would kill a horse. And so I just had to push through the pain. I got something biting my leg. I had to push through the pain and get all this work done. My brother, bless his heart, come down here with his tractor here. You can see his big backhoe he's got back here. He come out and he helped me tear this trailer in this house apart. And we ended up with 3 40-yard dumpsters. I rented a skid steer from a Bobcat dealer. Bobcat is not associated with this channel or contributed to this channel, but I'm just saying, giving them a shout out. Bobcat rented us some equipment and treated us really good. So we really appreciate them. So we had a bunch of equipment out here and we just rock and rolled, man, and we tore this place apart. It was a disgusting mess. It was horrible. It stank. It was hot. It was nasty. I was exhausted. But we got it done and we pushed forward. I guess, I just want to say here at this point that there were some times that really I had to question myself. What the heck are you doing? You kind of want to give up. You can't give up. If you try, you keep pushing, you wait, and you're patient, and you push hard enough, eventually things will work out. And I got to tell you, I really got to the edge of wondering if this was going to work out or not. But I just kept going and kept going because I knew that I had to get done so that we could continue with the channel and continue doing what we're doing and start this new channel that I want to do. So anyway, we got that all done. So I'm going to show you some pictures of what the place, you probably seen them already. I put some pictures up of what the place looked like. And now this is what we're looking at. So that's where the place was. Now over here is the frame and some of the aluminum from that trailer. A tree we had to remove was in the way. I love that tree. It broke my heart. I thought about it all night. It really bothered me taking that pine tree down because I love trees and stuff like that, but it was right in the way of where the house was going. I didn't have a choice, so that pine tree that's laying back there had to come out. And but we're gonna plant some more trees. I might do a row of pine trees back there. We got 3¼ acres. I definitely want some maple trees. So we got some beautiful boulders and rocks from out of here. I don't know if they brought them in and dumped them or what, but there's some big, beautiful ones. So we're going to try to do something with them, do some kind of a rock garden, gnome garden or something. My wife wants to do a gnome garden. So we'll decorate it up nice with this. But as you can see, so we ended up with, as you can see, look at this. Is that beautiful or what? That's a cottonwood back there. I'm not a big fan of cottonwood trees. So I'm gonna move over here a little bit and see if you can see. Let's see, let's take a walk here. So you can get a little better look. Come on, you guys, take a walk. All right, so see back here, there's propane tanks. There's a lot of stuff laying around here. I don't know if you can see that. See that back there? I mean, so, and my truck back there, don't mind that. So anyway, the property goes way down to the other side to the next road. So like I said, it's 3¼ acres and it's just a long strip of beautiful land. And it is wetlands, so, you know, out especially back over there. So you should hear the choir of birds here in the morning. This is the only time. It's kind of windy, dark, gloomy. So there's some birds out, but not like normal. Normally, it's just a choir of all kinds of birds out here singing and making noise. I went over to my well, what was it, yesterday morning, and I walked up to the well, and I'm like, what the heck is that big hose doing there? I don't remember a hose being there. And because I do have a hose coming off from the well, temporary setup going to the camper. And I'm like, huh. And I look a little closer and look at this great big water snake, man. Good thing I didn't grab a hold of that. So when she took off, I'm going to call it a she. When she took off, I went and got a rod. I care, like I said, I care about nature and animals and stuff like that. I didn't want to hurt it. So I went and got a rod. I probably should have just picked it up, but I was a little bit nervous. I wasn't sure yet if there's some venomous ones around here. I just didn't need to be sick or anything from that. And I wasn't feeling good, so I got something to try to pick her up and to carry her off. Well, she just left on her own. She didn't want to be mucked with, but she didn't even try to bite or anything. She was just as friendly as could be, and she just slithered back off to the stream we got back here, and that's that. So she's safe. She went away. I think it's because we kicked up some mice and rats and stuff when we took this place apart. So she's probably just out here for a meal, and that's fine. She can eat all the mice she wants around here, okay? I'm not a big fan of mice either. They just destroy things. So we did a pump house. All right, so anyway, so we got our permitting done. We got our permission from the Wetlands Department, DEC, and we got the place cleaned out of here. So tomorrow morning, I'm gonna get up and I am going to start working on, I already did some pricing and stuff. I did a price list or a material list and sent that out to a bunch of places to get some good pricing. I got the best price. I am not going to mention right now where I got it at, but it starts with an L, ends with an E. No, ends with an S. Anyway, I got my best pricing there, and but I'm going to complete that material list because it was just, you know, I was just doing that first one to get kind of a bulk idea, because we are on just that's the other pressing part of this whole thing. We are on this extremely tight budget. So just to be honest with you, when we sold our place, there were some issues going on around the neighborhood, and we ended up taking about $25,000 hit on our sale compared to what we wanted to get for it, at least a $25,000 hit. So we were way under the budget that we wanted to be when we started this whole thing out. So we really took a hard hit. I've been under an extreme amount of stress over that. I've been trying to overcome that and just press forward and get this done. Getting this property was a blessing. I've got some good deals. So we're gonna get the material together. I couldn't build as big as I wanted to build for the studio, but there's still gonna be enough room for me to have my studio. I'm gonna set my wife up with her studio because she does her work, I do my work. And I still have the place I'm renting for my storage area. That's a big area. I think I'm gonna use that to do some stuff for the other channel, maybe even for this channel. I still wanna get out and shoot some videos, go on the road, and maybe go on location. Summer's here. I love summer. Well, summer's almost here. I love summer, spring and summer. So we're gonna get going with that, and we're gonna get this house built. And my plan is, while I'm building the house, I'm gonna try like heck to shoot some videos while I'm doing it. Maybe sit down in the middle of the job and read some of these stories that come in, and some stuff that I've got that I've just had on hold until we get this done. But maybe I can share some stories. Well, what do you guys think about that? I'm gonna try. I can't make any promises right now, but I'm gonna try my best, because the most important thing to me right now is getting this house done, getting moved in, getting my feet back on the ground, and taking off again. The beautiful thing about this whole process is, when we're done, we're going to have a mortgage-free home. And I mean, I don't know if you guys have looked at the economy. You can't beat having a mortgage-free home right now. So that's our big objective here, the big goal. So I'm gonna fill you in on that process as we go. And like I said before, I'm gonna record some of the construction. So maybe I'll do some construction tips and stuff like that while we're at it. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I got a tickle. Don't mind me. Mustache tickle. As you can see, I haven't had a chance to really trim up or anything, so I've been roughing it, we've been roughing it, to say the least. But it's all working out. It's just another new adventure to take on, and I apologize if I haven't been able to share a lot of this stuff with you guys. I would have loved to have been sharing this with you right along the whole process, but I got to be honest with you, some of this process has been pretty gut-wrenching and difficult. So I haven't been able to share a lot of that. I'm gonna see if I can walk down here and show you guys the other side of the property. You'll like it. Just stick around. It'll be fun, right? I haven't seen you guys in so long. Yeah. Like I said, I really appreciate that. Right here's where that snake was. And I took the weed. I got the weed eater out, and I trimmed the weeds there, because it was just a perfect place for her to hide. But there's plenty. I mean, look at this. She got plenty of places that she can do her hunting right here. I mean, right? Look at that down there. Isn't that beautiful? Let's keep going. We're gonna go down here a little bit further. Oh man, there was so much stuff here. There was garbage and burn piles throughout this whole yard, this whole property. So we had to clean that out. Early on, I had to get a skid steer out here to just to clean up the brush and all that stuff. The first time, listen. Isn't that amazing? I love that. I really do. That's the kind of stuff you can have your windows open at night and just sleep like a baby, right? Let's see if I can get you up over. Can I get you up over the top here a little bit? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, I mean, we're only using probably a third of the length of the property, and maybe we'll do some walking trails out on the other side for the rest of it. So anyway, again, can't say it enough. Thank you guys for sticking around, staying subscribed to the channel, and and being members of the channel, and all the support you've given us. I'm coming back. Things are moving forward. I'm really excited about it, and we're gonna come back better than we were before. Oh, another big announcement is my daughter's talking about coming aboard. One of my daughters, Ashley, you probably remember Ashley was helping to put together the swag, shirts, and my other daughter that's talking about coming aboard, she helped come up with some what's the word I'm looking for? The pictures and graphics. So both of them, have been involved in one way or another, but she's thinking about actually coming onto the channel and maybe she's going to do some readings and stuff like that. Possibly go out on the road when we go out on the road and do some stuff and help with the filming, and just, you know, become a part of the channel and this next channel that we're going to be doing. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's Caitlin. So I'm looking forward to Caitlin coming aboard. If she decides to, she's got a lot going on right now too. She's raising some kids and, you know, our grandbabies. And so we'll see what happens there. But, you know, you'll see, as you'll find out when I find out. But she wants to wait till I at least get this studio done, the office done, so that we have a place that we can sit and start out. And then I want to get the podcast going. We talked about doing that. And, you know, maybe Ashley will get involved as well too, and, you know, at least with some of that stuff, and we'll be able to sit down and do some podcast stuff and interview some people. Jeff, if you're listening out there, Jeff Roan, you know, we talked about getting together and talking about some of your stuff that you've been through and where you've been. Maybe we'll even get a chance to get out there and see you, and you can take us to some locations. I'd love to get out and see some locations, and we'll go from there. But so, I mean, until next time, I think that's all I can give you right now. I am just so happy to finally be on the way back forward, getting back in the seat again, and getting the channel going again. Thank you guys all so very much. I really appreciate it. You know, this not done. As far as I'm concerned, this stuff wouldn't be happening if not for you guys. And so it just means the world to me. Let's keep plugging away. And until then, I'll see you again real soon, all right?